eking each other out at the beginning of game one, which we never want to see, just going straight into it.
How do you find Joyo's car change? How do you think that's working? Because Monkey Moon, he's already slung one past, and he's showing that the Octane may well be the way to go.
Well, Team Queso can have a little bit of fun with it so far. They've now qualified for the major, but they'll still want to win this one. They'll have to get past.
Work as the placebo. Either way, you know, pressure, is it off? Or are you just trying to convince yourself that you don't need to have as much of an impact on the game?
Well, you say that pressure is off, but maybe it isn't with mistakes like that on the backboard from Rise, who normally is so dependable wherever his team need him, but that was a huge error, which Monkey Moon is always going to make the most of to make it away. Team BDS take this first game, and Stumpy, they were much the better team.
Yeah, I mean, having that amount of pressure is something that BDS are going to absolutely thrive in. I think Queso needs to try and shut them down. And that change of pace about 30 seconds ago from Joyo, slowing it down in the midfield and sending, I think, Monkey Moon just flying past him, that's something that you can really work on. You can take their sheer speed and their aggression and use it against them. Let the Giant topple themselves. Joyo a chance to tap it down. He does so, finds Rise with a backflip. That's fine, though. That was calculated. Monkey Moon otherwise was beating him to the ball. The game senses there, and Extra senses weakness.
Absolutely slams it home, does Extra. Not too much was happening until it falls to the big Frenchman, and then bang! What a finish.
Rise
to keep the ball to themselves and go solo, try and force the issue a bit more. That's what we want to see from them. That's when they can be so dangerous. Here's Rise. He catches it. Can he fit this one into the corner?
Brilliant.
Yes, he can.
Absolutely brilliant placement from Rise as well. Slows it down, and look at how it draws out the defender. Mark does start to get bumped, and then he has to come out. He has to leave the net. Deck Extra is on the backboard. It's not going high.
But Mark Bayet can keep the attack going. This one's to the ceiling. Extra's going to win this race against both Team Queso defenders. There's a chance for Monkey. He slows his roll, and then he rolls it home.
Oh, that is cheeky. Going for the chip. Extra has to shoot it. The bump doesn't come in. Monkey slows it down, sends two players to it, says goodnight, and has
been purposely lost towards Vatira, though. Team Queso maybe with one more chance. There's a pass in the center. Monkey Moon's been taken out the game, but he just manages to keep his car somewhat in the way, making sure there's nowhere Team Queso can put that ball. They're completely out of boost. They just want to take some control of it, but they can't do it. And Team BDS inevitably are going to take that 2-0 lead.
The constant contention from Monkey Moon.
If there was one word that I would use to summarize Team BDS's performance so far, it would be professional. They are not overextending. They realize they're coming up against an opponent that isn't wounded, but is a little bit slower, and so far it's been working, but Team Queso show signs of life.
Yeah, a misposition there from Extra, starts to turn into it, and it bounces just perfectly for Team Queso, for Rise to get his nose to it.
On the corner, get a couple more touches. Extra's waiting for the ball. Will he get it? There's a fake there as well. Vatira has to keep an eye on Extra. What a finish from Extra again!
When it rains, it pours, and Extra summons the rain cloud on that blue net to the opposite corner. It just tucks ever so neatly behind Joyo.
He's only 30 points so far for the Frenchman. Shows how he's been dulled a little bit by Team BDS's defense. Can he change that? Gets a flip reset. There's a bump going on. Joyo is going to do so much work, but Vatira does the rest.
When he's called upon, Vatira is going to show up with one flip reset. Lands to fake out the high defender. Mark sits sedentary and has to
have a slightly better read of it and more control over where to put it. Better clearances, better passes, and better opportunities. Team Queso have stepped up in every game so far, but BDS are still so dangerous. Extra just can't stop scoring.
Extra reaching out of the hole, clawing the mud back in, patting it down, and rising to level ground yet again. That demo smoke screening the defense.
From Mark Bayet, who's playing more of an interruption role, and it's Extra that's looking most likely. Rise with 0 boost on the goal line, kept his composure, but Extra can come again. Joyo is up, he's on 0 as well. They're completely starved, and BDS have done it.
I have died and gone to attacking heaven. Extra with one touch there to the backboard, taps it out, and has Monkey Moon waiting in such a prime prepped and ready position. With 1 minute gone, that's BDS 3-0 up. The hype chamber is glowing with the
important for Team Queso, but Joyo was so far back. You can't score if you're all the way back in the midfield.
It's now BDS continuing to push that 50 with enough energy to punch through a planet. The ball falling perfectly to Monkey Moon. It's just that dominance from Extra going through 2 players to get the ball.
Tucking themselves out and just pushing them over, giving them a prod, and they are toppling. It's amazing play from TBDS. They are leaving nothing in the tank. Nothing is wasted. Every finish is finding its way home.
Time and time again, BDS surprise us with a couple of iffy performances, and we think maybe
Monkey Moon, who is having the time of his life right now. No boost. Forward he still marches. No boost to even steal. It doesn't matter. They're still getting the passes. They're still getting the goals. They're still getting the victory.
sharing goals this time. One apiece. Extra joins Mark and Monkey in potentially sealing their fate.
Team BDS say no. Now it's time to win. Now it matters, and we will not give you a sniff. And Extra is scoring again, padding his stats. It's 4-0.
This series has been decided so much on these midfield plays, where we've seen goals go in from them, but not only that, we're seeing less saves statistically. The biggest series that we have seen for BDS versus one of their most staunch opponents. It is phenomenal, it is Extra, and it is the era of BDS.
Extra has done so much work breaking down Team Queso, and look at him go, he's having a great time. Even Monkey Moon getting in the way, can't put...
BDS will be heading to Los Angeles alongside the opponent they have absolutely obliterated on Utopia. They will join NRG from North America.
On BDS to talk about this. Kel, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you so much, man.
It was a domination, that's for sure. You guys absolutely made a statement here. We talked before about boot camping, and now having Mark at the boot camp. What's the benefits of having Mark there as well?
I would say that I think it's much better to work as a group while we are boot camping, you know. And also BDS allowed us to play in much better condition than we are doing at home. So I think it's a big plus for us, to be honest.
Yeah, and on the RLCS season, you guys played and dominated against all of Europe, but we've come off the full major and you guys had a chance to play against a lot of the best teams around the world. In particular, what was it like playing against North American teams at the full major?
To be honest, we were like impatient to prove ourselves against N18, you know. We were like super excited to get such a good time to do it, like in the major. But actually we were a little bit afraid because we have never played them before, you know, and maybe that could be really dangerous for us as well. But I think we have that really good. We could demonstrate it when we play against things like Complexity or Energy, you know.
We're seeing so many new teams rising up throughout Europe. How do you feel currently about the strength of Europe with so many teams looking so strong?
Yeah, it's incredible, man. I mean, the evolution of most of teams compared to the last season is incredible. I mean, last year I feel like we were one step above lots of teams, but this year it's been really complicated to face every single team during every single tournament, you know. So, but to be honest, we like to find the situation because that's how we become as a better team, you know.
You know, we saw, Kale, how much that win meant to you guys, and it's really inspirational to see because of all of the success that you guys have already had. So, can you explain to us, how do you stay motivated as a team after all that success and still want those wins so badly?
I mean, if you want to be the best team and find good chances to win the World Championship, it's like you must keep being motivated even after all of this achievement, you know? So that's why we give everything we have to make it real, man.
Yeah, well, you guys you're doing it, and whatever you're doing it is working right now. Because again, you just grabbed the Premier Cup victory in stylish fashion. You made sure that no one doubted you guys were supposed to be the winners here. And for that, since you've won, I always give the floor to whoever's we're talking to here. So the stage is yours if you want to say anything out to the world, and feel free to do it in Spanish as well if you'd like.
Okay, I'm going to do it in Spanish if I can do it.
Sure.
Okay. Pues nada, quería darle las gracias a toda la comunidad de RLCS España que están ahí día tras día apoyándonos, tanto a Mark como a mí y a mis compañeros Extra y Monkey también. También quería dar las gracias a mis amigos y a mi familia que están ahí todos los días apoyándome. Y no es fácil porque es bastante duro cuando tienes que competir a tan alto nivel. Y por último, nada, quería mandar un saludo a mi sobrina Daniela, que sé que me está viendo desde casa y que le hace mucha ilusión que la salude. Así que nada, un saludo para ella. That's all.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, congratulations. Go celebrate with the team.
Thank you, guys.